but the Fiends come in from the north. From Elmer Fudd. Look at this huge attack. There's a lot of fire. All these new cool fire particles, and he's doing a lot of damage, heading straight for CJ's face here. Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome back to Beyond All Reason. Today we have a 13-player free-for-all on D-World with some very green-looking water. I think maybe the new graphical update kind of messed that up. I'm not entirely sure, but I've not been able to fix it. Nevertheless, we are going to cast this anyways. So we have basically a pro player free-for-all. Now, some of these are alt accounts because I know PTAC is not level 14. Either way, some very, very good players, of course. Stardom and Dolphy starting right next to each other, so I'm going to go over everyone real quick here. And if you like stuff like this, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you to Sabotai for sending in the replay for this. I have a lot more good ones to cast, so thank you all for sending those in. Alright, so we have Stardom in the blue here, playing Armada. We have Dolphy in the red here, playing Cortex. We have Mighty Sheep in the pink here, playing Armada. Sabotai, of course, in the light blue, playing Armada. Flash in the green, playing Armada. Andre B playing Armada, which I think this is the only guy that I've never seen play. We have Flo in the orange playing Armada, P-Tech in the red playing Cortex, Ragna in the yellow playing Cortex, Master Bell in the green playing Armada, and Elmer Fudd in the light neon blue green playing Cortex, Jazz Cash playing Armada in the orange, and finally, last but not least, CJ Reborn in the kind of baby blue playing Cortex. So yeah, hopefully the water doesn't really get into the way. Wind speed here, low of 5, high of 19. I mean, we also have tidal speed of 13. I don't know if anyone's going to be going for ships or stuff. With this water being green, it's really just difficult to see. I don't even know if I can. The mechs is down on the seaboard. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, these mexes, I believe, on the land are all worth the same. And there are a few geothermal spots. There's one there, one there. Any of like these highly elevated points, there's most likely going to be a geothermal spot. I imagine we're going to see some intense fighting up in this quadrant up here with these three players. With PTAQ maybe coming out on top. But I'm so excited for this game. This is probably going to be the craziest game I've casted in a very, very long while. So I'm super excited to get into it. So we have Dolphy scouting there a little bit with his grunt. Very nice. Because this was played on the 6th. And I'm not... Is that not the same day the graphics update came out? I have no idea why the water is this way. It's not like that for any other map. Maybe the replay file is just bugged. Either way, we'll all live. So we're seeing a bot lab here from Mighty Sheep. I'm expecting a lot of bot labs. It kind of seems to be a little bit of the meta. Starting off with bot labs, at least in 1v1s, right? Everybody's on a, their own, they're all by themselves, so going bots makes sense. You know, you're trying to cover as much ground as possible. Bots are pretty fast and pretty cheap to build, so you can get like a lot of map control, a lot of vision pretty early on. We have Jazz Cash here being definitely more dominant than CJ is right now. He has moved some pawns through. Not that they probably won't be doing anything significant. Maybe going to take out a mech or something. We'll see. A few wind turbines. We have Mighty Sheep, already aware of who's next to him. We have... this is funny. Sabotai moving his pawns around in a great cyclone maneuver. Which is great. I mean, that's what you do with like planes, but it's funny to see it being done with ground units. But I know there's the graphics update now, because look at this. They all have like their own like little flashlights. That's so cool. The little things in this game are great. Construction bot probably going to go down here due to Flash's Commander. Flash's Commander is under fire a little bit. Pawns are going to be responding though, as those guys move back. We have Elmer Fudd here, taking large control of the map. Master Bell under fire from Ragna, and Elmer Fudd being present in the bottom corner. But this Beamer protecting him a little bit for now. We do have the tier 1 bot lab going down. So Ragna already looks like he's trying to go for a kill here. He's going for the throat. And will Master Bell be the first player down? No idea. He has 2 construction bots left, radar and some laser towers. And it's just not looking good for him at all. He is down to 60%, less than that now. Trying to degun those thugs, but the micro from Ragna is too good. and we'll probably be seeing this commander go down. Less than 29%, 0%, and he does go down. The first kill of the game. Master Bell has been knocked out by Ragna, but Ragna is also coming under fire from Elmer Fudd's units down here. Obviously, he knew something was going on up there, so he's going to be taking advantage of that. Taking out some nano turrets, getting rid of those mexes. I imagine there are wind turbines there he got rid of as well. So that's really, really unfortunate attack, but Ragna still is definitely in a spot to win. Sabotage here falling under fire from Mighty Sheep, as all of his units have taken the high ground, and I think he was trying to retreat his commander, but not going too well for him. He is reclaiming his tier 1 base. Going to be de-gunning these units, but his commander looks like it is going to be going down here, and that is Sabotage, the second player knocked out of the game. Whew, so it is Mighty Sheep and Flash facing each other at this point. Andre trying to take control of the middle here. Oh, looks like Dolphy got rid of Stardom here. Sorry about that. I did not cast that. I can't catch everything. Catch everything. But yeah, Stardom has been eliminated. So, wow. So that's Dolphy getting rid of probably the second best player there, arguably. All of these people are very, very good. But yeah. Yikes, a very good game. So we're already down 3 people. Stardom, the Bell guy, and Sabotage here. So pretty quick start to this game already. We do have these pawns here from Flash, absolutely wrecking Mighty Sheep's base as well. That's going to be really unfortunate, as I guess Mighty Sheep just doesn't really have an army. I imagine Andre's going to come up here and destroy what he has left up here. And now I don't think Mighty Sheep's in danger because of these pawns, but he doesn't really have that much production, which is going to definitely be a problem. And Mighty Sheep is taking credit for killing Stardom, but Stardom was down here. Maybe he did pressure him a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, as to who's in the most dominant position, like regardless of skill, I would say probably Elmer Fudd. He's in a decently good position. You know, there aren't like a lot of players around him. Decent amount of like routes to expand. Whoa, so I feel like he's in one of the better positions, but that's regardless of skill. Like, I'm not entirely sure if he's going to be able to pull out a win here. I'm pretty sure he's not actually level 13. I don't really know about that one. I will actually go back and catch that, because we did have Mr. Dolphy go down there to P-Tac, the other player in the red, and now P-Tac is in control of this right side quadrant, which is... that's definitely scary. Mighty Sheep is basically out of the game here. He doesn't really have much of a leg to stand on. We'll probably be eliminated pretty soon. But he definitely gave it a good effort. Has been impactful this game for sure. Taking out Sabotage and everything. So Flash is now moving into Mighty Sheep's old base. PTQ is consolidating this kind of peninsula in D-World. And Ragna has taken over the mountain as he... did he get pushed out of his like original starting position, or he just wants to start up here? I think he has been, because he doesn't have like a base. He has no labs or anything. So not sure what his plan is going to be there. Probably want to build one soon, because you will most likely just be overrun by Elmer in the south there. We've had a constant back and forth between Jazz Cash and Reborn. Looks like they're definitely both holding their own here. Jazz Cash is a little bit behind in terms of army, as a lot of this stuff has just been resurrected. So CJ definitely using his mats quite effectively here. But these pawns gonna go for like an encirclement, you know, a wrap around the base. But that's just not gonna happen, and they'll probably all go down. And maybe Jazz Cash will as well here. He is definitely fighting for his life, taking out a lot of those guys with D-guns, but looks like Jazz Cash is going down there. And that means CJ is in control of this southern piece of land here. So we're now down to 8 players. We have a little bit of fighting going on here between Andre and Flash. I want to see when Flash and PTAC clash. That will be epic. something I'm excited for. And this music also goes hard. Holy cow. Look at that. UI, that's crazy. Alright, so the flow, not doing bad. Honestly, I think everyone's doing pretty well. Obviously, Mighty Sheep will most likely never recover. Ragna also doesn't seem to be in the best position. They are going for air, making an air transport, so I don't know where they're going to go with that, but we'll see. We have some scouts looking out over the water there, over the green water. It's Halloween themed, okay? Now, mind you, it is January. It's fine. No worries there. Looks like we do have a good use of radar towers here from Elmer, so we'll be able to know if any enemies are coming. He does know someone's up here. And I still love these flashlights. They're great. So we do have the scouts going along the south here. Ragna being transported to this peninsula, which is just really weird. A geothermal power plant being made by Elmer Fudd there. Okay. Oh, okay. So he's going to the middle of the ocean. I guess, you know, dropping your commander somewhere like that isn't the worst idea. But I don't really know what the point is. I'm not entirely sure. Someone will have to explain. I mean, protecting your commander, but he definitely needs a land presence for real. It's not about who gets second, it's about who wins. And you can't win if you're hiding. I don't think anyone is at tier 2 yet, which, okay, yeah, we do have PTAC going tier 2 here. Tier 2 bot lab makes sense. Pretty mobile units. Probably going to be making a lot of fiends, most likely, is what normally happens with tier 2 bot labs. Especially if you're alone, fiends are just relatively safe option. We also have an advanced bot lab from Elmer Fudd, just because they're very fast, and you can defend from like consistent threats because you can move them around the map so easily. We have all these grunts running around there, just having a great time. So it still looks like he's going to be in the middle of the ocean, which, yeah, interesting. Looks like we do have a grunt here from CJ that has snuck past these flamethrower turrets here. And it looks like he's just gonna be perusing, you know, looking around at what's happening. And ooh, Ragna going in for the drop here, right next to CJ and south of Elmer. Okay, so it was just to put him back onto the land, so that's good to see. Mighty Sheep has made a recovery for sure. I'm not gonna say he's in the running yet, but he's definitely going to be a little bit of a roadblock, at least until PTAC gets up a lot of tier 2 units. We also have this aircraft plant from him, which probably going to see like scouts, bombers, fighters maybe. We haven't seen any of like crazy air plays yet, but I am not worried at all that they might be coming. So look at those flashlights straight into the mountain wall. Very nice. We do have this medium artillery here from Andre. The gauntlet gonna be just shooting at some defenses there. It has a range on like all of this base, as this advanced bot lab is trying to go up here, but this repairing that Overwatch tower takes precedence, I guess, which makes sense. Overwatch towers are really good against tier 1 units. Flamethrower turret trying to harass Ragnar there, but he has set up a little bit of a base, making some laser towers, putting some exploiters down, regular things. He does have that radar tower as well, which also has lights. I love the graphic update. It's so cool. In terms of the economy, I think Elmer Fudd is winning with plus 58 metal. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's even close. We do have CJ has expanded into Jazz Cash's old base. So he has been setting up his defenses, grabbing those mexes. Probably should be looking at going tier 2 here. It's been a while. Ragnar still has not built any bot labs or anything. Looks like he's going to be making some construction turrets. Mighty Sheep says, my whole purpose now is just to annoy someone, which makes sense. Like, there's not, he's probably just not going to win. But, you know, if you have a grudge against someone, you know, you can definitely make alliances. We have been seeing that going on in the chat a little bit. He has been setting up some Dragon's Teeth, which pretty useless, but oh well. He probably knows that, I'm sure. Does not need me to tell him. So I wonder what Ragnar's plan here. Like, is this like a permanent base? Is this just like a roadblock? Like, he's definitely building a lot of defenses. I guess he knows because, you know, he doesn't have an army. Still has this aircraft plane over here, but he's not producing anything. A few thugs, construction bot wandering around, a few grunts, but yeah, not really much of anything, I guess. Power plant up here wouldn't be bad, but I'm assuming he knows this isn't permanent, so. We do have Andre and Flash continuing to struggle up here. Dragon's Claw with the 7 kills. I see fighting. I have no idea how he sees that, but he does. Andre does cloak his commander. Probably going to be going in here for the D-gun on some things. The advanced spot lab does come up, and ghosts are going to be created. Yikes. And that is Andre down. His commander with the detonation. We are now down to 7 people here. We have the Flow, CJ Reborn, Ragna, Elmer Fudd, P-Tac, Flash, and the brave Mighty Sheep, who has 52 pawns, which honestly, pretty scary fighting force. Gonna be winging it around this laser tower. Actually, you know what? He's just going in. He doesn't care. So, you know, honestly, very annoying. I guess this is what happens on Risk all the time. You just, you make someone a little too angry and they just sack into you. So, that is Flash's base, taking a pretty big hit there. I'm assuming he doesn't want to dive these guys into the commander. And looks like we do have that spy bot paralyzing a lot of those pawns. And but they're still wreaking a little bit of havoc. Flash's commander not in any danger, really. He is down to 60%, but there's enough laser towers and enough those guys are stunned. Mighty Sheep not really going to be able to do anything as the Hounds do come up to support, along with the Welder. And that is Mighty Sheep's brave 50 pawn attack down the drain. But I mean, there's not much he can do, right? Like, P-Tech was definitely aware of what could have happened, so these mines would have wiped him out. Mighty Sheep still in the running, but for how long, we don't know. Ragna's base being just taken over here. He does go down. He had built a tier 2 bot lab too. So that is Ragna now out of the game. We are down to 6 people. It all happened so fast. Okay, so we do have CJ Reborn here. Just being, you know, slowly progressing. Elmer Fudd getting rid of that little thorn in his side down south. He's probably going to be fortifying that area. Honestly, this is a great position for CJ to be in to defend. So I'm assuming he's probably not going to expand out here and is instead going to go up north through Flow's base. But we can wait and see. Flow is taken over. Oh my gosh, who's that guy's? Andre's old base there. In terms of who's my money on, I think it's P-Tech. It's gotta be P-Tech. And the reason why is because he's so cool. I'm kidding. I don't know. I think it's pretty close game. Everyone has a decent amount of land, except I think Flash and Mighty Sheep are probably gonna fall. But depending on who they fall to might determine the rest of the game. Because, you know, you're gonna be expending resources taking someone out of the game. Which means you have less resources to fight your bigger neighbor to like the south or something. So the onus is probably on P-Tac or Flow to initiate a fight. I don't think Flash or Mighty Sheep ever will be doing that, as they are definitely a little bit behind. But you know what? Mighty Sheep continuing to just make some pawns. He's up to 34. Just continuing to make some, putting up a, you know, jammer tower there. P-Tech will never know an attack is coming. He will never know. It's not like he's not prepared or anything at all. But pretty quiet right now. It is pretty quiet. We do have the tier 2 bot lab from Flow. He is going to be making some advanced construction bots. Nothing else being queued up there. So just checking up his economy, taking it slow. CJ has to have tier 2 at this point. There we go. Does have this advanced bot lab. Gonna be making some Twitchers, which making some Twitchers and then just reclaiming the tier 2 base. So I guess he's just going to be teching up as well. I don't know if he's going to spend this on like a tier 2 aircraft plant, tier 2 vehicle plant. I'm not sure. Ooh, okay, I was wrong. So he's just reclaiming a lot of it just for the metal. Oh, I just lied. Okay. I don't know. Is that actually a strategy? No idea. But either way, so they are going to be making construction bots now. And so I guess no tier 2 base for him. He wants to stay on is tier 1 bot lab for now at least. I mean, tier 2 will come eventually if he stays alive long enough, but it's definitely a valid strategy to go, you know, tier 1 or tier 2 economy, but tier 1 units. But against fiends, it might not fare so well. We'll just see what's happening. Maybe he's just fortifying and he wants to just have extra metal for his defenses. I have no idea. I'm excited to see though. We'll know soon enough here. Making some advanced metal extractors, other such things. The regular. It's all quiet. Oh, and by all quiet I mean, oh, I missed it. Okay, so Mighty Sheep did get taken out by P-Tech here. Looks like, yeah, there was not much of a defense there, let's be real. So P-Tech is going to be heading westward, continuing to head westward. You know, regular things with these fiends here. If this advanced geothermal power plant blows, I'm to be excited. It does. It's going to go down. There we go. Takes out a lot of fiends with it. The whole forest as well. So that's kind of P-Tech's attack stunted there for a little bit. But of course, he's going to come back. And we do have a long-range artillery. The Cerberus, the geothermal plasma battery, which honestly is so cool. I've never seen one of these things, I'm not even going to lie. So it looks like it shoots in 3-round burst. Not the most accurate thing. Also not the most range. So it's not going to be doing like a ton here. But it's still really, really cool to see. I'm glad we get to see it. We do have an anti-nuke here, the Umbrella. So Flo's already prepared. Although I don't think anyone has nuclear capabilities. P-Tech is also prepared. Yeah, I don't think there are any nukes. We do have these air transports here with, what's on them? Oh, construction turrets, nano turrets. Interesting. Alright, so we do have fiends here, attacking Flash's base. Probably going to be taking out a lot of wind production. Although there are some defenses here for sure, as a couple fiends go down. But he is going to be taking out a little bit of wind. We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, alright. So he is going to be doing damage to Flash's base here. Flash is just not having a great time, man. He's never really gotten like his footing in this game, I don't think. He's been a little bit behind everyone else. Looks like we do have that fiend going down there. And I do have ground scarring on, so you can see that. It's pretty cool. And I'm assuming the Cerberus makes... Or Cerebus? Cerebus? Yeah, oh, it's over there. Cerberus. Yeah, so you can see the explosions that's made, which is pretty neat. It's pretty neat. It's alright. You're now down to 5-person free-for-all. Although there are 7 commanders on the map. What? I'm not sure I get that one. Either way. Maybe there's just some stuff I can't see here. A little bit of fighting going down here. Looks like there is a Cerberus from Reborn as well. CJ. Oh, that explosion is so cool. Gonna be trying to take out those tier 2 mexes there. And this unbuilt one will definitely be going down. There it goes. And looks like that's CJ just trying to take a little bit more land. You know, a 3-mech spot. Honestly, not even bad. Mexes are very important. The more metal you have, more likely you are to win, in my opinion. But yeah, so I did not expect him to push out this way. I thought he'd be pushing north. But maybe he thinks Flo's already on the back foot, so he doesn't want to like pressure him. I'm not entirely sure there what the rationale is for that. But I guess he's not really pushing, right? He just has this geothermal battery. And, you know, if you can hurt someone, you might as well, right? So that's another mech down. There's only 1 advanced mech left down there for Elmer. But he does not make any attempt to defend, so... And he has a Prevailer set down. Got this bulwark up here in case anyone comes down from the north. And kind of a stalemate here. There's some light fighting from P-Tech and Flash here. Although Flash doesn't really have the economy that P-Tech has. Plus 102 metal versus P-Tech's 231. And we're not even going to talk about energy because that's doubled as well. So looks like Flash is trying to make some sharpshooters, which are really, really good value over the long term. Like they can get a lot of value if you just set them at the edge of someone's base, and they slowly whittle away, you know, doing as much damage as they can. So I guess Flash thinks he's going to survive at least for a little while here. Or at least that's my rationale for making sharpshooters. If I think I'm going to make it a little bit, might as well, right? There's some mean words coming out here. I don't know who Glope is, bro. Looks like the Cerberus can't... Cerberus, oh my gosh, cannot... Oh, it can target this. Doesn't want to shoot. Maybe it's line of sighted? It doesn't look like it. We do have some aircraft here from Elmer Fudd. Looks like it's mainly just fighters. I don't know if I actually even see any bombers. Yeah, just some stealth fighters here. But he is definitely taken to the skies. Not going to be surprised by any atomic bombers or any fun things like that. So I'm guessing this game is going to go to gantry units. Looks like it. Because I do know how long this game is, and we still have a little bit... We still have a while left to go. Well, you guys know. It's like 45 minutes-ish. We still have 20 minutes left. So I'm excited to see where this is going to go. It looks like the shurikens have come out from PTAC as he takes down these welders with some fiends and the like. So is that going to signal like an actual attack onto Flash's base? Or is he still just doing like some small-scale raiding? He is making an advanced aircraft plant. Always fun to see. So he has an advanced aircraft plant, a regular one, regular bot lab, and a tier 2 bot lab. So he's got the works. He's got the works for sure. Now he does have some Valiants here, which are some just regular fighters, tier 1 fighters. They're going to protect him against some stuff, some bombers, but you can't really compare it to Reborn's or Elmer Fudd's Air Force currently. But, you know, it's PTAC. He'll come back. It's not even really a comeback. I mean, he's definitely one of the dominant players here on the map. As we're seeing this sharpshooter wreak havoc. PTAC doesn't notice. But I'm surprised Flash has not gone down yet. I mean, I guess PTAC just doesn't really have like a standing army. He's definitely put a lot into like defenses with all of these mines, you know, like laser towers and stuff like that. But in terms of like a mobile army, there's not a ton here. Like a lot of tier 1 units just got paralyzed. He's going to be moving some welders along this ridge of the mountain and some tier 1 grunts along the top. Oh, pardon me there. It's very decently early in the morning. Still seeing a little bit of skirmishing here as Elmer Fudd has built up quite the force here with 66 fiends. Imagine those guys are going to do a lot of damage once they go. Keep an eye down there. I'll do my best. Oh no, we see a bunch of shurikens go down there, all taken out in a single blow by a little bit of AoE flak. So, wow, that's a little disappointing. We have this little guy running havoc. He is taken out. Flash knows what's up. He knows it's most likely the beginning of the end. I mean, PTAC hasn't done anything yet. I think attacking over this ridge is just not great. It's just not a great way to attack. It seems like your units are getting like a little bit stuck and just like targeted by stuff on the ground. But that's just me. We do have a radar jammer bot, which is fine. And PTAC is fully taking control of this like little central valley in these like mountains here. We do have Elmer Fudd going in. Looks like he's put his fiends in, his cans, the sumos. And not doing great, honestly. He's not doing great. And we have some scorpions up here just raining fire. But the fiends come in from the north, from Elmer Fudd. Look at this huge attack. There's a lot of fire. All these new cool fire particles. And he's doing a lot of damage, heading straight for CJ's base here. And, well, this is just... CJ must be very, very sad, I imagine. It's not looking great for him. That fiend attack was very, very devastating. I guess the cans was just a distraction on in this corner. As I was saying, it's very, very easy to defend that. But something like this is not as easy to defend. And the fiends are continuing onwards to CJ's main base, onto the advanced bot lab. And honestly, they just really need to blow these fusion reactors. Which they may or may not be able to do. Looks like they're actually just spreading out, wreaking as much havoc as they can. Almost taken out. that anti-nuke system, but not quite. And even if CJ's not dead yet, it's basically over. He is cloaked over here, but how long he can manage that is debatable. And looks like there's this Fiend here surviving. Fiend's taking out a little bit more stuff. Looks like there's only one left. He will be destroyed, most likely. But wow, great attack by Elmer Fudd there. That was a very, very cool moment. And so that's probably going to be CJ out of the game. You can't really come back from something like that. Looks like Elmer is going to just try to push through this little area down here, which I still think is a bad idea. Like, there's still a lot of defenses up here, as we're seeing Fiends go down left and right. And yeah, honestly, that attack just stalled. Because these Sabo batteries, and we have all these Twitchers trying to do some reclaim there, but they're not really able to. So we have lots of Strat Bombers here. Strat Bombers, Stealth Fighters, all from Flow. And who are they going for? Are they going for CJ? That wouldn't really make much sense in my opinion. I would be going for probably PTAC, as his Air Force is a little bit behind. You might be able to get some key strikes in there, but you also might just be taken out immediately afterwards. Or Elmer Fudd, but his Air Force is pretty good, so I don't know how far you're going to make it with those bombers. We'll see. CJ's not quit though, building some more Fiends, going to be protecting his southern border, and honestly, these guys should be building up to loop around here, not like trying to go down through here, in my opinion, but that's fine. Looks like we do have those Stealth Fighters and Strategic Bombers targeting CJ Reborn's base there, which is kind of an odd decision in my opinion, but I guess he just wants him out of the game. Maybe he's looking to take over that southern peninsula. His commander has survived the bombing though. He's still alive, as he's looking upon his just destroyed base. There's nothing here. Oh, so sad, so sad. These thistles, the light anti-air towers were not enough. And so that's a lot of the Flow's aircraft. But I don't know. I wouldn't have not have done that. But it looks like we have another Cerberus from PTAC here, raining destruction upon the Flow's base. But there's not like a lot. There is actually a lot in its targeting. There's a decent amount. You can definitely do some damage. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Looks like CJ's just done. He is trying to defend the southern border from the Fiends, and he is. I was listening to Swimming Through the 8-Bit Lava, which is crazy. Goated song. Never heard it. Just kidding. Okay. Let's revel in the moment. CJ, his southern empire, basically crashing down around him. He does have Tier 1 Bot Lab, is going to be trying to rebuild, doing his best. First order of business, rebuild the anti-nuke system. With the Flow with some archangels. I cannot say that. Archangels, whatever. I know it's wrong. Down here, I don't know why. Why are you? What's the purpose of the anti-air bots? Scouting maybe. Not entirely sure. But then you could just send like a plane over. I don't know. But the Flow does not like the Cerberus, and it has been destroyed. And the Welders are continuing up the mountainside, but they are facing a lot of stacked defenses. Who could have guessed? It's PTAC, of course he is. There are two Cerberuses down here, which are just absolutely ravaging these poor wreckers, as they're also walking through mines, getting attacked by the other stacked defenses and some of the Fiends that are scattered around here. So that attack went to nothing, as the planes do fly over, but they're like sonar planes, fighters, and they are going to be taken out by those Tier 1 fighters. We do have Elmer Fudd's scouts just looking at the map, just perusing, seeing what's going on. So that's the Flow, losing a lot of metal there in that attack. And we do have the experimental gantry from PTAC coming up in approximately 10 seconds. The Flash looks like he is on just Tier 1. We do have CJ also on tier 1 here with the Bot Lab and the aircraft plant. And then Elmer Fudd, I'm assuming also. He does have his gantry up and is making a Juggernaut that will be up in like 2.5 minutes while we're listening to this crazy good song. Run and fight. Indeed, my friend. Elmer should bomb this. No way. Yeah, so PTAC's Air Force still is a little underdeveloped, it looks like. So Elmer could definitely do something there. And looks like he's thinking about it as he sends some fighters up there. He is sending some fiends in the south here. Probably he's just getting rid of CJ, like completely and utterly. I guess is the play here. I mean, you're losing a lot of metal and units there. I mean, but it makes sense, you know, just trying to like take this guy out. But the geothermal does blow, takes out a lot of those fiends with it. But you know, that's a lot of energy gone for CJ here. He is now negative 400 energy, and he's probably because his commander was cloaked. Oh, he's still negative a lot. Never mind. Trying to build this advanced metal extractor is just really doing it to him. Yikes. And looks like a little bit of harassment here from PTAC on Flash with some bombing, it looks like. Nothing crazy. Again, PTAC does have this army here, though, which could definitely do some damage against Flash. Honestly, just sending stuff straight through here, you're going to be able to do a lot. The gantry from Flash does come up. He is going to be immediately making some Razorbacks, some battle mechs, which is pretty cool. I want to see a Lunkhead. I don't know if I've ever seen a Lunkhead. I think they're relatively new units, are they not? I want to see one, regardless. We have some Blizzards, some strategic bombers from Flow coming up here, trying to target probably that gantry. None of them make it. It was a good effort, though. It wasn't. Yeah, CJ's still hanging on down here in the south, but it's mainly between Elmer and PTAC. I think it's what it's going to come down to, but I think PTAC is just much more dominant than Elmer is. He has not really expanded. He had everyone around him kind of taken out for him. Well, that's not true. He took someone out, and then Ragnar. He also took Ragnar out. Well, I guess Ragnar took someone out, and then he took out Ragnar. So you know what? He's definitely doing his part, which isn't. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like it's a smart strategy, as we do see just the army of grunts swarming down through that pathway that I mentioned that just had no defenses at all. So they did definitely a lot of damage there. Some more damage going to be done by some higher tier units, it looks like. We do have Razorback here, though, which actually... Oh, I thought these were like welders. Those are just like... what, the riveters? What do they call it? Don't remember. The combat engineers. And yeah, so this attack, not great. But, of course, you know, he didn't know there's a battle mech. But look at that. Oh my gosh. The minigun hands. So cool. So cool. And, yeah, PTAC just not able to take out Flash quite yet. Now, is that a nuke? Or is that just a TAC missile? It's just a TAC missile. So we do have this TAC missile launcher down here, the Cataclysm, doing a little bit of damage. Now, there are a ton of Shivas down here. And by a ton, I mean there's 17. With another one on the way, making them pretty quickly. We do have decently large explosion. Was that from... Oh, whoops. Okay, it looks like we did have a commander from PTAC go down there. But he does still have one down here as well. So I guess that's just... I'm so confused. You know what? We're figuring it out as we go. I guess this was just like a decoy. Oh, he may have just resurrected someone else. Is what happened. Is he resurrected someone else's commander, and I just didn't notice. There's just so much going on. I can't notice everything. And we do have these siege mechs making their way downtown here into Flash's northern base-ish, along with some Tigers, which is really fast compared to these siege mechs. I didn't even notice he had a tier 2 vehicle plant. I'm definitely losing frames. We're having a bad time here, boys. As we do have Elmer Fudd reclaiming the south here with this Juggernaut. CJ does go down there to those fiends, and that CJ knocked out of the game. And Elmer going to be taking that peninsula most likely. Flo really isn't in a position to capture it. But Flo has a decent amount of units on this northern border, which is interesting because I would have put it over here because PTAC is going to be the main threat as he's just walking through Flash's base. Not ideal for Flash. I do want to see this advanced fusion reactor go down, and it is down to 18%, and it does blow, clearing everything around it except for that gantry, which, you know, this Thor is not going to come up, and that is a gantry down completely. And Flash's commander, cloaked here, he just wants to survive, man. 54% with that just explosion from the fusion reactor. But Flash does have two commanders here. One has been rezzed. This is his real one. That's the rezzed one. So he's just separating them. Makes sense, you know. Keep your sources of winning, or staying alive, I guess, away from the enemy. But yeah. And this advanced fusion reactor is going to blow here. That's basically Flash knocked out. Even with two commanders, there's not much he's going to be able to do here. Elmer Fudd does move up with his Juggernauts. So he has these Juggernauts, a decent amount of Shivas, like 6 or 7. And honestly just going to be able to walk through Flo's base. Lots of cloakable fusion reactors here, which might just blow up anyways. And once you get a chain of those going, well, it's just really, really bad for you, huh? And they do start blowing. I guess that was only one, so I thought it would be more of a chain. We do have this advanced vehicle plant. Going to be going down there. Regular vehicle plant, probably going to suffer the same fate. Honestly, Flo's whole base probably just going to suffer the same fate, as he is sending a lot of gremlins, the stealth tanks, north. Which is weird he's using them there and not to like defend his base or anything, but yeah. I also love how like everything else turns to icons except like the Juggernaut until you like zoom out real far. So we do have this Juggernaut down to 76% after like wiping a base basically. But a lot of battle mechs did lose their lives, so unfortunate there. And this battle between Elmer and PTAC is going to be glorious. Elmer has 3 commanders here. 2 of those being rezzed. PTAC has, I think he's down to only 1 somewhere. But where that somewhere is, I don't know. I have no idea actually. Is he in the ocean somewhere? I don't know. That makes sense. Flash, doing a little jig down here. He's I actually have no idea how to do that. We have these gremlin stealth tanks from the Flow. Is he just gonna get a kill just because, or is he protecting Flash? He's being a good neighbor. So kind, so loving. These guys uncloak, I guess. Oh, why would you do that? Oh, so many gremlins down for what? Oh man. All right, that is Flash out of the game. GG. The Flow out of the game most likely as well. As, oh my gosh, look at all those scouts from Elmer. Why were they just sitting there? So yeah, Elmer going to be looking for where PTAC's commander is, definitely. Look at these screamers. They just have really cool animations. There's PTAC's commander. The OG. 2 whole kills. How many kills does the Flow have? 6. Less than I thought he would. Juggernaut has 82 kills. The Flow barely holding on here. He has a decent amount of welders, an Overwatch tower, but against like a bunch of battle mechs, it all just goes to naught. And he does cloak, but for how long he's going to be able to maintain that, well, I can't say. I mean, well, maybe just forever, because he does have this cloaked fusion reactor. So I think he's actually just able to maintain this. Oh no, but it does uncloak. There goes the fusion reactor and his commander. And that is the end of Flow. So it is now Elmer and PTAC. There are 4 commanders left on the field. 3 for Elmer, 1 for PTAC, as I discussed previously. Honestly, I think my money's on PTAC, but the game is supposed to end soon here, I believe. And we do have, oh my gosh, a ton of Tigers come down against like a wave of Fiends. And battle mechs are supporting from afar-ish. And the Juggernaut coming down as well. You need more mines. And we also have Sumos flowing in. PTAC's own Juggernaut also coming in as well. And these Tigers able to outrun those battle mechs siege mechs, my bad. And Elmer's commander up there might be going down. We do have a large explosion here from a commander detonation. So Elmer is down to 2 commanders. And this juggernaut from PTech going to be really, really not ideal. Taking that out will definitely be difficult. PTA, OP, I don't know what PTA is. I mean, himself, maybe, I don't know. That would make the most sense. So, as it stands right now, Elmer's Juggernaut will lose here. He is down health. So, you know, straight fight, he is going to be losing that. But we do have all of these siege mechs from Elmer Fudd that are going to be coming up and supporting him in this war on this just annoying Juggernaut. But another one does come down. And Elmer is definitely on the back foot here. And that might just be an Elmer Fudd loss. I mean, PTech, look at, I mean, there's just so many. Everything, there's so many. 2 more Juggernauts are coming down. Oh my gosh. There's 4 Juggernauts on the field from PTech, although one is going to be self-destructing here in approximately 5 seconds. And he's making his way downtown for real. But he does not, oh, he does reach all those fusion reactors. Yikes. So in terms of economy, Elmer Fudd is hurting. Look at PTech's metal, 13,000 or 1,300. Elmer's Fudd's is only 300. That is the Juggernaut down for Elmer. He does not have the capacity. I mean, he doesn't even have a, oh, he does have a gantry. He does not have the capacity to make another one in time. Not that it would even matter, because there's like 3 on the field now, and more in the wings, I'm sure. And this Air Force from PTAQ. Just being awful. We do have all those advanced energy converters going down from a lone hailstorm. Oh, but that is Elmer Fudd knocked out of the game. Oh, very, very good game. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, send me your own replays if you have any you'd like me to cast. I have a pretty big backlog right now, so I mean, you may not see it for a little while. But yeah, anyways, I want to see units killed. Is PTech, but only by a little bit. Flash killed a lot of units, which is really interesting, actually.